two ranked teams that they beat were Plainville and Hoxie. For Stockton, they were 9th in the MCL tournament, while Phillipsburg was 2nd in the MCL tournament. Looks like these teams met up in that play-in game for the MCL tournament, as Phillipsburg led 16-9 after the first quarter. Stockton would then outscore Phillipsburg 20-12 in the second quarter to lead 29-28 at halftime. Stockton would come out of the half and outscore Phillipsburg 12-9 to take a 41-37 lead after three quarters. Phillipsburg would then make a comeback and outscore Stockton 14-9 in the final quarter to win the game by 51-50. Phillipsburg was led by Ty Sides with 16 points. Austin Miller finished with 14, and Jeremy Ford providing 10, including the game-winning free throw. Stockton had 3 players in double digits as well. They were led by Trevor Miller, who finished with 14 points and shot 4 of 8 from beyond the arc. Josh Coleman had 12, and Troy Rogers finished with 11. It was a quiet night for Ethan Means, Stockton's leading scorer, as he finished with just 4 points. Phillipsburg has won the last 6 meetings in a row between Phillipsburg and Stockton. The last time Stockton won was 2015, and that was the last of 3 in a row for them. So, again, Phillipsburg has won the last 6 meetings in a row. Stockton looking to end that tonight here at home, here in Stockton at the high school, as again, last time Stockton defeated Phillipsburg was all the way back in 2015. As we are getting set here, again, if you're just joining us this evening, our first featured matchup of the night saw the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers defeat the Stockton Lady Tigers 64-35. Looking at the starting lineups, first for the home team, the Stockton Tigers. Going to be number 1, a 5'7" senior, Trevor Miller. Number 10, a 6'1" junior, Ethan Means. Number 12, a 6'1" senior, Gage Cognac. Number 14, a 5'11" junior, Troy Rogers. And number 21, a 6' senior, Ben Rogers. The Tigers, head coached by Kyle Fox. They are 8-6 on the year, 2-3 in league play. For the Panthers, they will be starting number 2, a 5'9" junior, Kagan Keaton. Number 10, a 6'5" senior, Austin Miller. 12, a 5'9" junior, Ty Sides. Number 21, a 6' sophomore, Joel Ford. And number 32, a 6'1" senior, Parker Dibble. The Panthers, head coached by Keith Sides, and are 9-6 on the year, 4-1 in league play. Again, the Panthers average 47.3 points per game, give up 50.5 points a game. The Stockton Tigers average 44.6 points per game, give up 40.3 points per game. Stockton in their home white jerseys, blue numbers, black trim. The Panthers in their road and navy jerseys, white numbers, and the gold trim. In for Stockton, it will be Miller, Means, Cognac, Rogers, and Rogers for the Panthers. Keaton, Miller, Sides, Ford, and Dibble. So we get set here for the boys matchup. Teams will get their final words from their coaches. We get set here. Looks like Miller will head into the center circle for the Panthers. Ben Rogers for the Tigers. Panthers go left to right on your radio dial here in this first half. Miller gets in the hands of Sides, and Phillipsburg wins the tip. The Sides down to the left wing, out front to Keaton. Keaton around to the right wing to Ford. Ford gets a screen for Miller, drives in, bounce pass inside for Miller. Up and no good, it rolls out. Rebound put back by Dibble's good. 2-0 is our score. The Phillipsburg Panthers take the early lead over the Stockton Tigers. Means has it to the right wing to Miller. Miller looks in, and now out front to Ben Rogers. Rogers drives inside on Dibble, kicks it out, stolen away by Ty Sides. Ty leads the break for the Panthers, down to the right wing, behind the back dribble there, skip pass to Ford, down to the left corner, Keaton, long two, no good. Rebound tipped out by Ben Rogers, and it will remain Phillipsburg basketball. 7:19 left to go in the first quarter. Phillipsburg leads 2-0 over Stockton. Ford will inbound for the Panthers. Bounce pass in for Dibble, layup, good. So Parker has all 4 points for the Panthers to start this one, and the Phillipsburg Panthers lead 4-0. 7:10 left to go in the first quarter. Rogers, that's Ben Rogers with it. Now out front to Trevor Miller. Miller down to the right corner to Rogers. Rogers inside for Troy Rogers, fighting for the basketball. Jump ball called, Stockton basketball. 6:58 left to go in the first quarter. Phillipsburg leads Stockton 4-0. Troy Rogers to inbound. Troy looking, now goes out front to Trevor Miller. Around between the circles to Means. Means fakes right, goes left, spin move at the left elbow. Shot is up and good. Nice move by Ethan Means. He gets the first points on the board for the Stockton Tigers since it's a 2-point game. 4-2, Phillipsburg leads Stockton by that 2-point margin. Joel Ford has it inside for Austin Miller. Miller goes to work underneath for Dibble, and Dibble's going to be fouled. Ben Rogers picks up his first Stockton team foul, and Parker Dibble head to the free throw line to shoot 2 for the Panthers. 6:37 left to go in the first quarter. Phillipsburg leads 4-2. First one for Dibble, good. So Parker's got all 5 so far for the Panthers, and they lead by 3, 5-2. Dibble getting set for his second free throw. On its way, that one good as well. Parker Dibble has all 6 points for the Panthers. They lead by 4, 6-2 with 6:35 left to go in the first quarter. Means working against sides. Ty sticks his hand in there, gets the steal, layup is good. So Sides with 2 early points and 2 early steals for the Panthers, and they lead by 6, 8-2, 6:20 left to go in the first quarter. Means no look pass to Miller left side, down to the left baseline to Cognac. Cognac out to Ben Rogers. Three's on its way, no good, rolls out, rebounded by Ty Sides. Sides pushes up the court for the Panthers behind the back dribble, guarded by Trevor Miller. Drives all the way inside, leaves it off for Dibble. Dibble layup, no good this time, rebounded by Cognac. Cognac outlets ahead to Miller. Trevor Miller brings it up the court, right to left on your radio dial for the Stockton Tigers with just under 6 minutes left to go in the first quarter. As Jeremy Ford and Tyler Martin both head to the scorer's table. Ball tipped out, last touch by the Panthers. So Jeremy Ford comes in, Parker Dibble going to take a seat. Tyler Martin comes in, Kagan Keaton takes a seat. Stockton basketball as Troy Rogers will inbound. Looking, still looking. Finally goes out front, and Trevor Miller tracks it down just before the half-court line. Now down to Ben Rogers. Out front to Means. Means gets a screen from Cognac. Between the circles, 3 for Means. Left is short, no good. Rebounded by Joel Ford. Ford leads the break ahead to Martin, right wing. Martin out to Miller. Miller drives the paint, no good. Rebounded by Troy Rogers. Rogers hands it off to Ethan Means, and he'll bring it back right to left on your radio dial for the Stockton Tigers. 5:20 left to go in the first quarter. Phillipsburg leads 8-2 as Dibble and Keaton both head back to the scorer's table after a quick breather. Miller has it right wing for the Stockton Tigers. Out front to Rogers. Ben Rogers, that is. He has it out front, guarded by Jeremy Ford. Hands it off to Miller. Miller between the circles to Means, guarded there by Ty Sides. Means on the dribble, drives into the left elbow, picks up his dribble there, now puts up the jumper, no good. Rebound tracked down by Cognac. Cognac out to Troy Rogers. Now back to Means. Means looking, he'll drive inside, floater is up underneath, no, hands it off to Cognac, and Cognac lost it out of bounds, and it will be Panther basketball. So Means looked like he was going to shoot that one, but somehow saw Gage Cognac standing on the backside, so he had a better look at it, goes out of bounds. And we're having a little discussion here to see if it was the last touch by the Panthers or the Tigers. As Keaton and Dibble came back in for the Panthers. Miller and Ford both took a seat. That's Joel Ford taking a seat. They do confirm that it was last touched by the Phillipsburg Panthers. So Stockton basketball. 4:42 left to go in the first quarter. Phillipsburg leads by 6, 8-2. Ethan Means inbounds to Trevor Miller. Out front to Ben Rogers. Top of the key to Miller. Miller dribbles back out between the circles. Now to Means right side. Means on the dribble, working against Ty Sides. Means crosses over, drives in, kicks it across the court to Ben Rogers. Out front to Troy. Troy Rogers stops and pops for 2, and it's good. Ty Sides ahead to Kagan Keaton. Keaton inside for Dibble. Dibble kicks it back out to Keaton, left corner. Keaton drives baseline, wraparound pass for Dibble. Dibble shot up in the paint is good. Parker Dibble has 8 of the 10, and the Phillipsburg Panthers lead by 6, 10-4. 4:09 left to go here in this first quarter. Timeout on the court. We'll take one with them. You're listening to Panther Basketball, KQMA, and the World Wide Web. Heading to 4, the Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Stockton Tigers. 4 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Josh Coleman has it as he came into the game. Down to Means, right wing. Also coming in, Jace Hull and Quinn Coffey for the Stockton Tigers. As Means finds Coffey in the right corner, out front to Coleman. Top of the key, guarded there by Kagan Keaton. Coleman drives in, right block, splits the defense off the glass and good. Makes it a 4-point Panther lead, 10-6, as Martin has it now to Keaton out front between the circles of sides. Bounce pass to Martin, right wing, gets the screen from Dibble. Martin then gets tied up, jump ball called. It will be Panther basketball. 3:30 left to go in the first quarter. Phillipsburg leads 10-6 over Stockton here in the boys varsity matchup. Martin inbounds the side, side's 3 on its way, good. Ty buries that one from deep, and he has 5 of the 13. And the Phillipsburg Panthers lead 13-6 with 3:18 left to go in the first quarter. Coleman has it right wing, out front to Hull. He's on the dribble, right side now. Hands off to Coleman, right wing, out front between the circles to Troy Rogers. One-handed pass to Jace Hull, back to Means, left wing. Means drives down to the baseline, kicks it back out front to Troy Rogers. Down to Coleman, now to Means, right baseline. Means out front to Jace Hull. Hull back to Means, right wing, 3 on its way. Rattles out, no good. Tipped and into the hands of Jace Hull. Hull inside for Coffey. Coffey kicks it back out to Coleman, around to Troy Rogers, left wing. 2:35 and counting left to go in the first quarter. Phillipsburg leads 13-6. Troy Rogers' 3 is good. He now has 5 and it makes it 13-9. Phillipsburg leads with 2:25 left to go in the first quarter. Sides to Jeremy Ford, now to Dibble back to sides. Left wing 3 for sides, rolls out, no good. Rebound tracked down by Coffey. Coffey hands it off to Means as Joel Ford heads back to the scorer's table for the Panthers. Troy Rogers has it for the Stockton Tigers, working his Tyler Martin down to Josh Coleman. Now to Means. Means drives in, kicks out Coleman, right corner, 3's on its way, good. Coleman has 5 and the Panthers lead 13-12. Keaton's shot no good, rebounded by Troy Rogers. Hands it off to Ethan Means with 1:40 left to go in the first quarter. Means behind the back dribble, drives in, floaters up, left it short, no good. And now Means going to get called for over the back, his first personal foul, second Stockton team foul. Ben Rogers gets set to come in for the Stockton Tigers. Joel Ford and Austin Miller both come in for the Panthers. Jeremy Ford takes a seat, Ty Sides takes a seat. 1:32 left to go in the first quarter. Phillipsburg leads by 1, 13-12 over the Stockton Tigers. Martin inside for Dibble, finds a cutting Austin Miller. No good, rebounded by Joel Ford, back to Miller. Jumper off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Dibble, back to Miller. Free throw line jumper for Miller, again no good. Again rebounded by Dibble. Dibble dribbles out, left corner 2 is no good. Rebounded by Ford. Ford put back, no good. And now gonna have a jump ball called. And it will be Stockton basketball.
Good job, Dave.
So Miller comes back in for the Stockton Tigers. 1:03 left to go in this first quarter. Phillipsburg leads by 1, 13-12. Means brings it across the timeline, picked up by Martin. Hands it off to Coleman, right side. Coleman on the dribble, now to Trevor Miller. Miller inside for Ben Rogers. Kicks out to Means, right wing, 3's on its way. Good. puts Stockton up by 2, 15-13. Is Martin going to get fouled? Ben Rogers picks up his second. Third Tigers team foul. Ty Sides comes back in for the Panthers. Tyler Martin takes a seat. Troy Rogers comes back in for Stockton. Ben Rogers takes a seat. Joel Ford to inbound for the Panthers. Looking, gets it into Keaton, right corner, out front to Sides. Ty calls out the offense, bounce pass to Keaton, right wing. Keaton back to Ford, around to Sides, left wing. Sides looking, finds Ford, right wing, inside for Dibble at the right block, loses the handle on it, stolen away by Means. Means brings it up with 22 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Stockton leads 15-13 over Phillipsburg. Now to Rogers, left wing. Out to Coleman, right wing, back to Troy Rogers. They swing around to Trevor Miller, left wing. Miller out front to Means between the circles, 9 seconds, 8 seconds. Means makes his move, kicks out to Miller, left corner, three's on its way, no good. Rebounded by Dibble. Dibble to Ford, Ford at the buzzer, off the glass, and it rattles out. So close to rattling in for Joel Ford, but that's gonna do it for the first quarter. Stockton leads Phillipsburg 14-13. You're listening to Panther Basketball on KQMA and the World Wide Web. Welcome back to Stockton High School. Jesse Ray with you as we get set for the second quarter. Boys varsity matchup. The Stockton Tigers lead the Phillipsburg Panthers 15-13. Ty Sides, Joel Ford, Kagan Keaton, Parker Dibble, and Austin Miller for the Panthers. Josh Coleman, I should say, along with Trevor Miller, Ethan Means, Quinn Coffey, and Troy Rogers for the Stockton Tigers. Panther basketball start the second quarter. Keaton has it, left wing. Keaton looking. Keaton drives all the way in, picks it up, kicks out to Ford, right side, now to Sides, back down to Keaton, left wing. Keaton on the dribble, looking inside for Miller, can't quite get it to him, now to Ford. Ford looks inside for Dibble, backside pass for Sides. Sides kicks out Keaton, left corner three is good. That puts the Panthers back up by 1, 16-15. 7:27 left to go in the first half. Rogers has it inside for Coffey, tipped out by Miller, tracked down by Coleman. Back around to Rogers. Inside for Coffey. Coffey up under, no good. Rebounded by Sides. Sides brings it back up the court for the Panthers. Ahead to Ford. Back out front to Sides, now to Keaton, left wing. Keaton. Skip pass, tipped around, and Means comes away with the steal. Means down to the left wing, now to Miller. Miller swings it around to Rogers. Troy Rogers three on its way, left that one short, no good. Rebounded by Joel Ford. Ford tried to outlet ahead to Sides, goes into the Panthers bench, and it will be Stockton basketball. 6:50 left to go in the first half, and the Stockton Tigers have the basketballs. Phillipsburg leads by 1, 16-15. Gage Cognac comes back into the ball game for the Tigers, and it was Quinn Coffey taking a seat. Troy Rogers inbounds to Ethan Means. Means on the dribble. Works against Ty Sides. Down to the right wing to Coleman. Back out front to Troy Rogers. He gets a screen from Cognac. Picks up his dribble. Now to Trevor Miller, left side. Out front to Coleman, top of the key. 6:35 left to go. Coleman drives in. Scoop pass out to Miller. Miller drives in. Now kicks it back out to Means, left wing. Means on the dribble, working against Ty Sides. Ty again comes away with the steal. Ty on the fast break behind the back. Good pass to Dibble up. And no good. But Dibble's going to head to the free throw line to shoot two. As Sides hit him with the behind the back pass. Unfortunately, Dibble got fouled. Couldn't hit the layup and go ahead to the free throw line to shoot two. Fourth team foul on the Tigers. First on Troy Rogers as Dibble heads to the free throw line. First one's on its way. Good. Dibble now has 9. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead by 2, 17-15. 6:21 left to go in the first half. Dibble gets set for the second free throw. on its way, rolls out, no good, rebounded by Troy Rogers. Pass it ahead to Trevor Miller, and Miller Ties things back up at 17 as Coleman tips it out of bounds, and it will be Panther basketball. 6:09 left to go in the first half. We're tied at 17. Ford inbounds to sides. Tie between the circles. Ford, right wing, Ford. Skip past the sides, left wing three's on its way, and it's good. Ty's got 8, and the Panthers lead by 3, 20-17, 5:50 left to go in the first half. Means to Rogers. Troy Rogers back to Josh Coleman, top of the key around to Means left wing. Means letting the offense set up. Back out front to Coleman. Coleman on the dribble, drives in, left block, and gonna get called for the travel. So Phillipsburg basketball with 5:38 left to go in the first half. 20-17 is our score. Phillipsburg Panthers lead by 3 over the Stockton Tigers. Ty Sides brings it up. Left to right on your radio dial. Sides ahead to Ford left wing. Inside for Dibble. Tipped out by Cognac. Back to Ford, now to Keaton around the sides right wing. Side, skip pass to Keaton left wing. Down to Dibble on the left block. Dibble kicks it back out to Keaton around to Ford between the circles. Back to Keaton left wing. Three's on its way for Keaton, and it's good. Keaton's got 6 on 2 3-pointers here in the second quarter. Phillipsburg leads 23-17 with 5:06 left to go in this first half. Rogers, right wing with it, hands it off to Coleman. Coleman has it on the dribble with just under 5 to go. Now to Means. Means works against Joel Ford. Down to the right wing behind the back dribble. Step back three's on its way. Rolls out, no good. Rebound fought for. Still fighting for it. Miller comes away with it for the Panthers. Keaton ahead to Ford, stolen away by Means. Means lets everybody clear out now. He'll bring it back up the court with 4:35 left to go in the first half. Coleman right corner three, left it short, rebounded by Ty Sides. Ty leads the break all the way down to the left block. Up, no good. Rebound tracked down, fought for by Keaton. Backside pass to Ford. Ford inside for Miller. Miller turnaround shot off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Troy Rogers. Rogers hands it off to Ethan Means. 4:12 left to go in the first half. Phillipsburg leads 23-17 over the Stockton Tigers. Means has it left wing out front to Troy Rogers between the circles. Rogers one-handed pass to Means in the right corner. Means looking, goes out to Trevor Miller right side. Skip pass to Troy Rogers left side. Step back three for Rogers, no good. Rebound bid by Joel Ford. 23-17, Phillipsburg leads Stockton. 3:43 left to go in this first half. Sides to Keaton left wing. Thought about the three, doesn't take it. Back out front to Sides around to Ford right wing. Into a Dibble, and Miller going to get called for a foul. His first personal foul. First Panthers team foul. Quinn Coffey, Ben Rogers both come back into the ball game. Gage Cognac takes a seat. Troy Rogers takes a seat. Tyler Martin and Jeremy Ford come back in for the Panthers. Parker Dibble takes a seat. Kagan Keaton takes a seat. 3:34 left to go in the first half. Phillipsburg leads Stockton 23-17. Ethan Means has it. Picks up his dribble, and that pivot foot just barely slid, so he gets called for the travel, and it will be Panther basketball. 3:27 left to go in the first half. Phillipsburg leading 23-17. Sides brings it up the court for the Panthers. To Martin left wing. Martin back to Sides between the circles. Pump fakes. Kicks it over to Ford right wing. Skip pass to Martin left corner. Martin inside for Jeremy Ford. Ford gets it tipped out, and let's see, it will remain Panther basketball. 3:09 left to go in this first half, and the Phillipsburg Panthers leading 23-17. Joel Ford to inbound, gets it into Miller. Touch pass to Martin left wing. Back to Miller, free throw line jumper. That one again, no good. Rebounded by Trevor Miller for Stockton. Miller on the dribble, guarded by Tyler Martin. Down to Ben Rogers. Rogers drives into the baseline, kicks it back out front to Miller. 2:45 left to go in this first half. Phillipsburg leads 23-17 over Stockton. Means has the right wing, spin move, jumper, good. Means has 7. Phillipsburg leads 23-19. Austin Miller to Joel Ford, left wing. Ford out front to Martin. They swing around to sides, right wing. Sides. One dribble now to Martin between the circles. To Ford, left wing. Now to Martin inside for Jeremy Ford. Backside pass for Miller. Miller drives in, spin move, baseline jumper, no good. Rebound, put back. Have a foul called on Jeremy Ford, his first personal foul, second Panthers team fouls. Parker Dibble comes into the ball game. Also, Ethan Leidig comes into the ball game for the first time for the Panthers. Austin Miller takes a seat, and Jeremy Ford takes a seat. 2:10 left to go in the first half. Phillipsburg leads Stockton 23-19. Ethan Means brings it up the court for the Tigers, guarded tightly by Ty Sides. Means to Trevor Miller, corner three, no good. Rebound tracked down by Ty Sides. Sides ahead to Martin. Martin layup blocked out of bounds by Josh Coleman. And it will be Panther basketball as Coleman set that one into the wall. And they got the Stockton Tiger fans up and rowdy for that one. Minute 56 left to go in the first half. Phillipsburg leads 23-19. Leidig inbounds to Martin. Martin three on its way, no good. Rebound put back by Leidig, good. Ethan's got his first 2 points of the ball game, and Phillipsburg leads 25-19. Minute 45 left to go in the first half. Coleman, right wing. Down to the right corner to Rogers. Ben Rogers with it. Back out to Coleman. Between the circles to Means. Means on the dribble. Spin move at the free throw line. Drives in. Shot is up. No good. Rebounded by Ty Sides. Ty leads the break for the Panthers. Minute 23 left to go in the first half. Phillipsburg leads 25-19. Leidig inside for Dibble. Touch pass Sides. Sides pump fake. Step back three for Sides. No good. Off the back of the iron. Fighting for the rebound, and Ethan Means comes down with it. Means brings it up right to left with a minute 6 left to go in the first half. Phillipsburg leads 25-19. Means works against Leidig. Kicks it down to Ben Rogers in the left corner. Back to Means, left wing. Means drives inside. Left block off the glass, good. Means has 9, and Phillipsburg leads by 4, 25-21. Martin left corner. Inside for Joel Ford. Looked for Dibble. Tipped out by the Tigers, and it will be Panther basketball. Joel Ford will inbound. Gets it to Martin left corner. Now out to Sides. Side swings it around to Leidig. Down to the right corner to Ford. Ford on the dribble up to the right wing. Now out front to Martin. Back down to Ford in the corner. Back to Martin out front. Tyler puts up the three. Good. Tyler Martin picks up his first points of the ball game. And the Phillipsburg Panthers lead 28-21. 16 seconds left to go in the first half. Means down to Ben Rogers in the right corner. Rogers drives baseline, and a foul going to be called here on the Panthers. Just their third team foul of the first half. Austin Miller comes back in for the Panthers. That foul is on Ethan Leidig, his first. Leidig takes a seat. Ben Rogers to inbound. Bounces it off and stolen away by Martin. Martin passes ahead to Sides. Sides splits the defense. Hop step across the paint. It rolls out. No good. Rebound put back by Martin. No good. Rebounded by Ben Rogers. And that's how the first half ends. We'll take a timeout here, and we'll be back to wrap up the first half right after this as Phillipsburg leads Stockton 28-21. You're listening to Panther Basketball, KQMA on the World Wide Web.
Thank you.
Grab the mic.
Welcome back to High School. And Jesse Ray with you as we get set for the second half. Tie sides, Austin Miller, Parker Dibble, Joel Ford, and Kagan Keaton for the Panthers. Troy Rogers, Trevor Miller, Gage Cognac, Ben Rogers, and Ethan Means for the Stockton Tigers. Stockton basketball to start the third quarter. They will go left to right on your radio dial. So, looks like we're ready for action here in the second half. Trevor Miller brings it up now to Troy Rogers. Rogers, left wing, guarded by Joel Ford. Shovel pass to Ethan Means. Means guarded by Ty Sides down to the right corner to Miller. Miller out front to Ben Rogers. Rogers right wing with it. On the dribble, picked up by Kagan Keaton. Rogers still on the dribble in the right corner. Now to Miller, right side. Miller looks in. Back to Rogers, right corner. Rogers looks in for Means. Now gives it back to Miller. Three on its way. Good. Joel Ford looks inside for Miller. Miller underneath for Ford. Touch pass to Dibble. Dibble up and good. Parker's got 11. And Phillipsburg leads by 6, 30-24. 7:08 left to go in the third quarter. Miller down to Means. Means right corner three. Too hard, no good. Rebound, fought for. Troy Rogers tracks it down. Miller has it in the center circle for Stockton. Back to Ben Rogers, left side. To the left wing to Troy Rogers. Back out front to Ethan Means. Means gets a screen out front by Ben Rogers. Behind the back dribble, drives in. Tipped and stolen away by Joel Ford. Ford brings it up the court for the Panthers. The sides down to the right corner. Keaton three on its way. Left that one short, no good. Fighting for the rebound. Means tracks it down. Means passes it off ahead to Troy Rogers. Rogers drives in. Shot is up, no good. Rolls out. Rebound 5-4 and going to be a last touch by Troy Rogers. So it will be Panther basketball. 6:23 left to go in the third quarter. Phillipsburg leads by 6, 30-24. Ty Sides brings it up the court for the Panthers. Left side to Joel Ford. Skips pass to Keaton down to the right corner to Sides. Backside pass for Miller. Austin up and good. So Austin finally got one to fall. He had some shooting woes there in the first half. Finally gets his first points in this one. Comes with 6 minutes left to go in the third quarter, and Phillipsburg leads 32-24. Trevor Miller for Stockton has it, hands it off, tries to hand it off to Means, tipped down by the Panthers. Means tracks it back down to the backcourt. He'll bring it back up, cross the timeline, working against Ty Sides behind the back, dribble at the right wing, down to the right corner to Rogers. Ben Rogers has it guarded there by Parker Dibble. Skip pass to Miller out front. 5:38 left to go in the third quarter. Phillipsburg leads 32-24. Ethan Means has it out front. Gets a screen out there by Gage Cognac. Picks up his dribble top of the key. Inside for Cognac. Cognac guarded tightly by Austin Miller. Cognac at the right block. Kicks it back out to Means right wing. Means guarded by Ty Sides. Between the circles to the left wing to Ben Rogers. Ben Rogers letting the offense set up to Means. Top of the key. Three's on its way. Rolls out. No good. Rebounded by Dibble. Dibble going to bring it up ahead to Kagan Keaton. 5:08 left to go in the third quarter. Phillipsburg leads 32-24. Sides wide open left wing three. No good. It rattles out. It's rebounded by Troy Rogers. Rogers hands off to Ethan Means, and Means brings it back up the court for the Tigers. Ahead to the left corner. Ben Rogers three. No good. He left it just short. Rebound fought for, and Austin Miller comes away with the basketball. Ahead to Keaton. Keaton up the court for the Panthers. Down to the right wing. Keaton on the dribble out front between the circles to Miller. Miller down to the left side to Sides. Skip pass to Keaton right wing. Keaton inside for Miller. Miller gets double teamed to Dibble. Now to Keaton right wing. Skip pass to Sides left wing. Sides tracks it down before it goes out of bounds. Now dribbles back out between the circles to Joel Ford left wing. Down to the left corner to Dibble. Dibble back to the left wing to Ford. Ford on the dribble to the right side to Keaton. Down to the right corner to Sides. Sides letting the offense set up to the right wing. Now out front to Dibble, around to Keaton left wing. They have Miller double teamed underneath, so they pass it back out to Sides. Sides to Ford, down to Keaton left corner. Keaton looks inside for Miller again, can't quite get it to him, so back out to Ford it goes, back to Sides. Ty going to reset the offense again for the Panthers to Ford. Ford drives in, splits the defense, blocked by Cognac. Fighting for the basketball and get a foul called. First foul on Trevor Miller, and the first Stockton team foul. So Austin Miller going to head to the free throw line to shoot two for the Panthers. So Miller getting set for the first one. On its way, no good. Jeremy Ford and Ethan Leidig come back in. Joel Ford, Parker Dibble, Kagan Keaton takes the seat as Tyler Martin also comes back in. Josh Coleman, Chase Hull, and Quinn Coffey all come in for the Tigers as Miller, Cognac, and Troy Rogers all take a seat. Austin Miller second, no good. He rebounded by Ethan Means. Means pushes it quickly up the court, working against Martin. Drives all the way in, off the back of the iron, no good. Rebounded by Coffey, kicks it out to Hull. Hull three on its way, no good. Rebounded by Means. And then a foul going to be called on the Panthers. First team foul of the second half. It's on Ethan Leidig, his second. .337 left to go in this third quarter. Colbster leads 32-24. Ben Rogers to inbound. Does so to Ethan Means. One-handed pass to Jace Hull. Left corner three. Rattles around, no good. Rebounded by Josh Coleman, and then he's going to be fouled. Second team foul on the Panthers. Fouls on Ty Sides, his first. 32-24, Phillipsburg leads with 3.5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Josh Coleman at the free throw line. First one's on its way, left it short, no good. Trevor Miller going to come into the ball game. Ethan Means going to take a seat. Three and a half to go. Again, Phillipsburg leads 32-24. Troy Rogers gets set to check in. Coleman hits that one. He's got 6. And now a timeout called by Coach Fox of the Stockton Tigers. We'll take a timeout with him as you're listening to Panther Basketball, KQMA, and the World Wide Web. To 25, the Phillipsburg Panthers beat the Stockton Tigers. Tyler Martin, Ethan Leidig, Austin Miller, Jeremy Ford, and Ty Sides for the Panthers back out on the court. Quinn Coffey, Troy Rogers, Trevor Miller, Ben Rogers, and Josh Coleman for the Stockton Tigers. Panther basketball out of the timeout. They go right to left on your radio dial. Jeremy Ford inbounds to Ty Sides, and Ty will bring it up right to left again here on your radio dial in this third quarter. Sides to Martin, right wing. Skip past the Sides, left wing. Sides out front to Leidig. Leidig back to Martin, right side. Martin out front to Sides between the circles. Swings around to Leidig, down to Jeremy Ford, baseline. Tipped out by Ben Rogers. Leidig saves it in, but it's stolen away by Josh Coleman. Coleman down to the right wing. Out front to Ben Rogers, now to Troy, top of the key, inside for Coffey at the left block. Fakes right, goes left, no good. Rebound, pop forward, Tyler Martin comes down with it. Martin hands it off to Sides, and with 2:50 left to go in the third quarter, Josh Coleman tips it out of bounds, and it will remain Phillipsburg basketball. 32-25, Phillipsburg leads Stockton. Here in the boys varsity matchup, Ty Sides with it out front. Thought about the three, instead passes to Leidig, left wing. Leidig guarded tightly by Josh Coleman, picks up his dribble, back out front to Sides to Martin, right wing, inside for Ford. Jeremy finds Miller on the baseline, out front to Sides. Ty asking for a screen, instead stops and pops for three, left that one to the left. No good, rebound, pop four, out of bounds it goes. You're gonna say last touch by the Panthers, and it will be Stockton basketball as Dibble comes back in. Joel Ford comes back in. Miller takes a seat, Ty Sides takes a seat. Kagan Keaton comes back in, Ethan Leidig takes a seat. So Trevor Miller brings it up left to right on your radio dial for the Stockton Tigers. Kicks out to Ben Rogers, left corner. Hands it off to Coleman, down to Troy Rogers, left quarter. He'll dribble it up to the left wing, finds Quinn Coffey at the left elbow, kicks it back out to Rogers. That's Ben. Now to Trevor Miller, three on its way, no good. Rebound fought for. Kagan Keaton comes down with it. Keaton ahead to Joel Ford, layup, no good. Rebound fought for, and a foul going to be called. Foul's on Kagan Keaton, his first, third Panthers team foul. Ethan Means comes back in. Ben Rogers going to take a seat. Minute 54 left to go in the third quarter. Phillipsburg leads 32-25. Ty Sides comes back in. Joel Ford going to take a seat. Trevor Miller to inbound for the Stockton Tigers. Does so to Josh Coleman as Coleman brings it up. Coleman picks up a dribble out front, now to Means right side. Means gets the screen from Coffey, drives it down to the free throw line, backs in, turnaround jumper, good. Means has 11. And Phillipsburg leads 32-27, a minute and a half left to go in the third quarter. Ford has it to Sides left wing. Out front to Martin, they swing around quickly to Keaton, right wing. Keaton now to Sides, inside for Dibble, out to Martin, left wing. Back out to Sides, Sides three on its way. That one no good, missed that one to the left. Rebounded by Miller, and then Trevor Miller brings it up with a minute 10 left to play in this third quarter. Phillipsburg leading 32-27. Troy Rogers around to Ethan Means, left side, gets the screen from Rogers. Means back to Rogers. Tipped, and it is stolen away by Kagan Keaton. Keaton on the fast break, layup, good. Kagan's got 8, and the Phillipsburg Panthers now lead 34-27. 44 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Troy Rogers has it out front. Puts the ball in the court, drives in, the shot is up, no good. Tipped out by Quinn Coffey. No, they're gonna say last touch by the Panthers, and it will be Stockton basketball. 36 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Phillipsburg leading 34-27. Troy Rogers will inbound. Goes out to Josh Coleman, left wing. They swing around to Trevor Miller, right side. Back out front to Means. Means, a deep three, good! Means has 14, and the lead is cut to 4. Phillipsburg leads 34-30, 21 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Phillipsburg going to hold on for the last shot here in the third quarter. Sides on the dribble with 12 seconds left. Now starts to make his approach to Martin. Out front to Dibble, around to Keaton. Keaton right wing, back out front to Sides. Sides pump fakes, drives in, gets tripped up, kicks out Keaton right wing, three, no good. Rebound fought forward. Quinn Coffey comes down with the rebound to end the third quarter with Phillipsburg up 34-30. We'll take a timeout here, be back with the fourth quarter. Welcome back to Stockton High School. Jesse Ray with you. We get set for the fourth quarter. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead by 4, 34-30. So far for the Stockton Tigers, 5 points for Trevor Miller, 6 for Josh Coleman, 14 for Ethan Means, 5 for Troy Rogers for the Panthers, 2 for Ethan Leidig, 8 for Kagan Keaton, 2 for Austin Miller, 8 for Ty Sides, 3 for Tyler Martin, 11 for Parker Dibble. So it is Panther basketball to start the fourth quarter. Ty Sides kicks out to Kagan Keaton, left wing. Keaton drives in, kicks it out to Ford. Ford on the dribble now to Keaton, left wing. Back to Ford. Ford to Sides, right wing. Backside pass for Keaton, left corner three, no good. Rebound fought for. Josh Coleman comes down for it. With it now to Troy Rogers around to Miller, right wing. Out to Means. Means guarded by Keaton. Means on the dribble. Spin move at the right elbow. Drives in underneath for Coffey. Coffey up and good. 2-point ball game, 34-32. Phillipsburg leads by 2. High sides behind the back dribble, drives all the way in, off the glass, and good. Ty's got 10, and he joins Parker Dibble in double digits for the Panthers. Puts the Panthers back up by 4 with 7 minutes left to go in the ball game, 36-32. Troy Rogers at the right wing, dribbles all the way down to the baseline, tries to pass it across the baseline to either Clint Coffey or Ethan Means. Both were over there, but it goes out of bounds, and it will be Panther basketball as Coffey takes a seat. Gage Cognac comes back in. Troy Rogers going to take a seat. Ben Rogers comes back in. 6:50 left to go in this ball game. Phillipsburg leads 36-32. Full court pressure by the Stockton Tigers. Joel Ford brings it up. Works against Ethan Means. Ford down to sides left wing. Gets a screen from Dibble. Sides back to Ford. Down to the right corner to Keaton. Keaton dribbles up to the right wing. Back out between the circles to Ford. Ford inside for Dibble at the left elbow. Hands it off to Keaton, left wing. Keaton down to the left baseline. Dribbles back out left wing. Out front to Ford. Back to Keaton, left wing. Doesn't use the screen. Drives in, and he's going to be fouled. First personal on Josh Coleman. Second on the Stockton Tigers. So Kagan at the free throw line to shoot 2. His first attempt from the line in this ball game. First one is good. He now has 9 points, and Phillipsburg leads by 5, 37-32, 6:22 left to go in this varsity boys matchup. Second one for Keaton, good as well. So he is the third Panther to hit double digits. Dibble leads the way with 11. Sides and Keaton both have 10. 38-32, Phillipsburg leads by 6 over the Stockton Tigers. 6:13 left to go in the fourth quarter. Means has it down to the right wing to Ben Rogers for the Stockton Tigers. Rogers drives down to the baseline, loses the handle on it. Ball's up for grabs. Coleman puts up the 3, and it's good. He now has 9, and it makes it a 3-point game, 38-35. 5:50 left to go in the ball game. Joel Ford, right wing, 3's on its way. No good. Rebound, fought for him. Miller comes away with it. Into Dibble, and then foul going to be called. Third team foul on the Stockton Tigers. And it's the second on Josh Coleman. Joel Ford will inbound for the Panthers. 5:42 left to go. And Phillipsburg leads 38-35. Dibble puts it up, and it's good. Dibble has 13, and Phillipsburg leads by 5, 40-35. 5.5 to go in this ball game. Miller brings it up for Stockton, gets the screen out front from Ben Rogers. Down to the right wing, and Miller drives in, finds Cognac on the baseline. Back out to the right corner to Coleman. Coleman back out to Miller. Miller swings it out to Ben Rogers between the circles. Ben Rogers looking, now gives it off to Means left side. 5:10 and counting left to go in the ball game. Means behind the back dribble, one-handed pass to Coleman. Coleman 3, no good. Rebounded by Ty Sides. Sides pushes it up the court for the Panthers. 5 minutes left to go in the ball game. Phillipsburg leads by 5. 40-35 over the Stockton Tigers here in the boys varsity matchup. Sides in the center circle, letting the offense set up, working against the 2-3 zone of the Stockton Tigers. Dibble has it left corner, now to Ford left side. Skip pass to Sides, down to the right corner to Keaton. Keaton looks inside for Miller, can't quite get it to him. Back around it goes to Dibble in the left corner, back to Ford left side. Skip pass to Sides, the right wing. Sides looks inside for Miller, again they can't get it to him, to Keaton, back to Sides. Sides looks in. Still trying to get it into Miller, can't get it to him. Now to Dibble left corner, back to Keaton left side. Keaton back out front to Sides, and Coach Sides calls out the new offense. Ty sets it up to Ford right wing. Ford inside for Keaton. Keaton wraparound pass for Miller, up and good! The Panthers have 4, Austin Miller has 4 on the assist by Kagan Keaton that time, and the Panthers lead 42-35. Ben Rogers has it left corner for the Stockton Tigers. Ethan Means left wing, 3's on its way. No good, rebounded by Dibble. Dibble ahead to Ty Sides. Sides ahead to Ford. Ford inside for Miller. Miller layup, good! What a great look by Joel Ford to find Austin Miller cutting towards the basket. Had the wide open layup, and Miller's got 6. The Panthers lead 44-35 with 3:38 left to go in the fourth quarter. Coleman has it out front for the Stockton Tigers, works against Joel Ford, picks up his dribble out front to Miller. Trevor Miller on the drive, drives in, left block, may have partially been blocked by Austin Miller. Trevor tries to kick it back out to Josh Coleman, over his head, out of bounds, and it will be Panther basketball. 3:26 left to go in this ball game. Phillipsburg leads 44-35. Joel Ford inbounds to Ty sides. Everybody clears out, and Ty works against Trevor Miller across the timeline, behind the back dribble, now to Miller. Miller looking, letting the offense set up. Now to Joel Ford between the circles to Ty sides left wing. Inside for Miller, up and good again. Austin scored on three straight possessions for the Panthers. Again, he struggled in the first half, missed quite a few shots, but he's found the stroke here in the second half as he's got 6 of those coming here in this fourth quarter. The Panthers lead 36-35 with 2:52 left to go in the ballgame. Means drives in, and he's going to get fouled. Joel Ford gets called for the block. His first personal foul, 4th Panther team foul. Ethan Means will head to the free throw line for the Stockton Tigers. 2:49 left to go. Phillipsburg leads 46-35. Quinn Coffey will check back in as Means misses the first one. Coffey comes in. Cognac takes a seat. 2:49 left to go in this game. Phillipsburg leads 46-35 over the Stockton Tigers. It means trying to make it a 10-point game. And cannot misses that one, rebounded by Miller. Miller to Keaton. Keaton back out front to Dibble. Dibble drives in, backdoor pass for sides. Pump fake shot is up and good. Great use of the pump fake that time for Ty Sides. Got his defender up in the air. And then Ty just had to lay it off the glass to get to 2 points. 48-35. Phillipsburg leads the Stockton. Coffey at the right block, up, no good. Fighting for the rebound, Ty Sides comes down with it. Sides will bring it back up to 18 and counting left to go. Sides to Miller. Miller inside for Ford, stolen away by Means. Means read the passing lane, got the pick, and now takes it down to the right wing, hands off to Miller. Miller deep three, good! Miller's got 8 now for the Stockton Tigers, and the Phillipsburg Panthers lead by 10, 48-38. Just under 2 minutes left to play in the fourth quarter. And Coach Sides calls a timeout. We'll take one with him as you're listening to Panther Basketball on KQMA and the World Wide Web. The 38, the Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Stockton Tigers. We have just the final minutes here of this ball game. Stockton led 15-13 after the first quarter. Phillipsburg outscored Stockton 15-6 in the second quarter to lead 28-21 at halftime. Stockton then outscored Phillipsburg 9-6 in the third quarter to make it a 4-point Panther lead, 34-30 at the end of 3. But it's been all Panthers here in this fourth quarter as they have outscored Stockton 14-4 here in this fourth quarter. As Keaton, Ford, that's Joel Ford along with Ty Sides, Austin Miller, and Parker Dibble for the Panthers. Trevor Miller, Josh Coleman, Ethan Means, Quinn Coffey, and Ben Rogers for the Tigers as Miller gets called for his second personal foul, 4th Tigers team foul. Joel Ford will inbound for the Panthers. Gets it into Sides. Sides going to set up the offense to Miller left wing. Miller out front to Dibble. Dibble around to Sides right wing. A minute 40 and counting left to go. Keaton has it out front between the circles. Keaton dribbles over to the right side. Picks up his dribble now to Dibble between the circles. Around to Ford left side. Ford back around to Keaton right side. Keaton drives in to the baseline. Picks up his dribble now to Dibble. Dibble back to Keaton right corner. And now a foul going to be called here on the Tigers. Fifth team foul on the Stockton Tigers and the third on Josh Coleman. Kagan Keaton will inbound. Minute 21 left to go in this ball game. Phillipsburg leads by 10, 48-38. Miller back to Keaton. And now Coach Sides wants a timeout. And we'll take it with him as you're listening to Panther Basketball on KQMA and the World Wide Web. Back to Stockton High School. Jesse Ray with you. Minute 18 left to play in our varsity boys matchup. And the Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Stockton Tigers by 10, 48-38. Dibble throws it into the backcourt. Ty Size tracks it down. He's guarded tightly by Trevor Miller. Miller picks up his third personal foul, sixth Tigers team foul. So the Panthers will have to throw it in once again. This time, Joel Ford will inbound for the Panthers. Ford looking, still looking. Gets it into Keaton. Keaton brings it across the timeline down to the left wing. Keaton looking, tries to pass it off, and a timeout called by Coach Sides. Minute 9 left to go in the ball game. Before his player got called for the 5-second call, and the turnover would have occurred. Coach Sides called that 30-second timeout with a 10-point lead, 48-38. Phillipsburg leads Stockton here in the boys varsity matchup. The Phillipsburg girls defeated the Stockton girls this evening, 64-35 in their contest. The boys of Phillipsburg right now leading by 10, 48-38. As Phillipsburg led 34-30 at the end of three. They led 28-21 at halftime, but Stockton led 15-13 after the first quarter. Back out on the court we go. Ben Rogers, Quinn Coffey, Ethan Means, Josh Coleman, and Trevor Miller for the Stockton Tigers. For the Panthers, Joel Ford, Parker Dibble, Kagan Keaton, Austin Miller, and Ty Sides. Joel Ford inbounds to Ty Sides. Sides in the left corner, drives baseline, up, under, and no good. It rolls out. Fighting for the rebound. Miller comes up with it, and he's headed to the free throw line. 17 foul on the Stockton Tigers, and Austin Miller heads to the free throw line. That is the fourth personal on Josh Coleman. All four of his coming here in this fourth quarter as Austin Miller heads to the free throw line with a minute 1 left to play. Phillipsburg up by 10, 48-38. It's on its way for Miller, no good. Tyler Martin takes a seat. Parker Dibble comes back in. Reverse that. Tyler Martin comes back in. Parker Dibble takes a seat as Austin Miller getting set for the second one. On its way. That one rattles out. No good. Rebounded by Ethan Means. Means works against Ty Sides. Gets a double screen. Blocked by Sides. Coffey tracks it down to left block. Turnaround shot. Counted. He's heading on for an and one. Miller picks up his second personal, fifth Panthers team foul. And Parker Dibble heads back to the scores table for the Panthers. Ty Sides going to take a seat. Tyler's going to be taking a seat this time, so Tyler Martin takes a seat. So a little miscommunication there between the Panthers, but it looks like they got it figured out here with 49.7 seconds left. Quinn Coffey at the free throw line. His and one attempt is good. He's got 5 all coming here in this fourth quarter as Dibble gets the inbounds. Now to Sides. And Trevor Miller going to get called for his fourth personal foul, 8th Tigers team foul. 46.2 seconds left to go. Phillipsburg leads 48-41. Sides will head to the free throw line to shoot 1-1 for the Panthers. First one on its way, rattles out, no good. Rebounded by Coffey. Head to Means. Means to Coleman. Left wing three over Joel Ford. No good. Rebound put back by Means. No good. Rebound put back by Coffey. No good. Rebounded by Ty Sides, and Ty up the sideline, and he's going to be fouled. 9 Tigers team foul, and the third on Ben Rogers. 31.1 seconds left to play. Ty will head back to the free throw line, shoot 1-1 for the Panthers. 48-41, Phillipsburg leads Stockton here in the boys varsity matchup. Ty Sides getting set for the first end. It's on its way, rattles out, rebounded by Quinn Coffey. Hands it off to Means. Means drives all the way in, leaves off Coleman. Left corner three. Left that one short, no good. Gets his own rebound, up under, no good. Rebounded by Dibble. And then a foul going to be called. Well, let's see, it may be a jump ball called. One called a foul, one called a jump ball. And jump ball called. So it will be Stockton basketball. 17.5 seconds left to go. Phillipsburg leads 48-41. Ethan Means to inbound for the Tigers. Gets it into Ben Rogers. Now to Josh Coleman, right wing. Out front to Miller. Miller spike line three over Dibble. Good! Keaton gets the inbounds with 4 seconds left. Now to Miller. Miller to Ford. Ford holds on to it with 1 second left, and the Panthers are going to win this one 48-44. We'll take a timeout here. We'll be back to wrap things up right after this as you're listening to Panther Basketball, KQMA on the World Wide Web.